27th of July 2023 marks the 70th anniversary of the signing of the Armistice, ending hostilities of the Korean War, and was designed, and I quote, to ensure a complete cessation of hostilities and of all acts of armed force in Korea until a final peaceful settlement is achieved. The Armistice was signed between generals of the United States and President Kim Il-sung and General Nam-il of the DPRK. It was never signed by South Korea, as President Syngman Rhee never accepted the failure to unite the whole of Korea. Technically, therefore, both North and South are still at war, making it the longest conflict since the 100 Years' War between Britain and France in the 15th century. The Armistice was a ceasefire, a military document, and not an agreement between states. And I have known people who fought in that short 3-year but bloody war, with approximately 3 million war fatalities and a larger proportional civilian death toll than World War II or the Vietnam War. 1.5 million North Koreans are estimated to have fled North Korea during the course of the war. In 1954, at the Geneva Conference, China suggested a peace treaty, but US Secretary of State Foster Dulles would not accept it. Consequently, a peace treaty has never been signed. It is small wonder that despite normalization to relations with the two separate states of Korea with many countries, the tensions remain a continuing source of potential conflict and concern in a troubled world which could involve not only nuclear weapons, but also a global conflagration not limited to the Far East. It is easy to see how neighbouring states and the world's superpowers could so easily become involved. Since the Armistice in 1975, the UN General Assembly adopted resolutions endorsing the desirability of replacing the Armistice Agreement with a peace treaty, and in October 1996, the UN Security Council urged that the Armistice Agreement should be fully observed until replaced by a new peace mechanism. Now, there has been some movement. On the 27th of April 2018, the Panmunjom Declaration for Peace, Prosperity and Unification on the Korean Peninsula was signed by both South Korean President Moon Jae-in and the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, which commits the two countries to denuclearization and talks to bring a formal end to conflict. The two leaders agreed to, later in the year, convert the Korean Armistice Agreement into a full peace treaty, formally ending the Korean War after 65 years, but the DPRK later called off talks with South Korea. All of us must use all our efforts to bring the armistice to an end and replace it with a full peace treaty in the interest not just of the Korean people, but also of world peace, and in a tribute to those thousands who died on both sides.